We did it. Beard Laws
One
show.
side like went all the way up Brandon's cheek. The other one went straight out.
One of them super excited to see you, and the other one looked at Zach and was like, flaccid.
Lighting.
Yeah, I don't know. We're having some lighting issues in the studio, and
I'm
okay.
Zach is super white. All right, just blame it on.
I maybe it's because I'm wearing a black shirt. What if I take my top off? If it'll be better.
Zach is whiter than my legs.
Oh, prove
You
it.
should see my legs.
I don't want to see eat. Oh, here we go.
We were talking about chickens backstage, folks. Speaking of which, there's Toby's legs.
Those aren't super white. I've seen whiter. Oh, I'm hearing some feedback.
Yeah.
Does somebody have the YouTubes open?
Mine is on silent.
No.
Mine is on silent,
Okay.
but it could be me here. Let me turn this down. Try it
Either
now.
way, yeah, it was just for a quick second. Either way, guys, it's episode 148. 148 weeks for whatever reason. People came in here, they're hanging out, and we greatly appreciate it. Today, look at this. We're getting ready. Sup, fuckers. Not much. We're just hanging out. We're going to talk about a crappy story. A bunch of crappy stories that are going to involve poop in porta potties.
I've got it. Oh, sweet.
Yes.
All
Producer Zach was like, hey, I really got this question he asked a couple weeks ago, and I figured now was the time that we were going to do it. And also, we're going to talk about what's the weirdest thing? I forgot. Sorry, I was trying to multitask. I forgot what I was doing for a minute. I'm drinking this weird, I don't drink seltzers, and this is super old and super warm, so I'm trying to get through this. I don't know. It's
For
blood orange.
sponsorship opportunities, please contact Logan at beardlaws.com.
No, fuck that guy. He's not here. Hit up Matt at Beardlaws.
email.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to an email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was that 3 weeks in a row?
Something. He does have a decent excuse. His brother is in town, doesn't live in town, doesn't get a lot of family time. So, hey, last week he was camping. This week he's hanging out with his brother. So I guess that's acceptable, right? I guess. I don't know. Either way. And then the second part, we're going to talk about the weirdest thing that we're afraid of. And we have the picker wheel. And rumor has it, we're going to have a special guest based on the question that was spun last week. And if nobody remembers, it's about a gas station. We're going to have a special guest.
Oh.
Wow. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm excited. They're gonna show up for when we get to the picker wheel kind of stuff, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. So hopefully you guys have had a pretty good week. If not, I'm sorry about that. And if you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it backstage. Probably wouldn't be
ready to get a lot better if you want the truth.
It is. I mean, because you're gonna get some cooling in your house. That's gonna be fantastic.
It's already down from 89 to 78.
Oh shit! It's about 90 in this studio because I ran the AC and it was 78 pre-show. Maybe that's why it's so hot. The air's hot.
So it's come down from balls stuck to the side of your leg to swamp ass.
See,
Yes.
I put a little ball powder on before I got to studio, and now I got ball biscuits.
Oh, right. You got them Dingleberry butt biscuits.
Yep.
Brandon, that's how would you review Dingleberry butt biscuits?
No, I wouldn't. I would not do that.
That's probably for the best.
What's the gravy?
No.
Oh, that's Taco Bell. That's when you trust a fart on Taco Tuesday. But for anybody that's just listening to it, not many of you
Congrats.
these days. Appreciate you though, and probably because Triple T, the Tuesday show, it's got to be hard as hell to listen to. But Thursday's not the voice you're hearing. It's me. You're probably sick of me. It's been 148 straight weeks. But the voices you're not probably sick of is Toby and his mustache, which you can't see it. But if you ever want to, Beard Laws YouTube, same time. Toby's choking the chicken. We're playing charades. Toby's shaking.
Domestic abuse.
Sorry, I have 3 roosters in the house, and all 3 of them now are crowing.
Why are they in the house?
Does anybody want
because we don't
roosters?
have their coop and their run is not ready for outside, and we can't intermix 3 roosters with the other chickens that we have out right now.
There'd be so many babies.
So if roosters crow, do crows rooster? Because
Ooh.
when I was a kid, I just called it cockadoodle doodling. But when I grew up, I learned that was something much
roosters
different.
crow. Roosters crow, hens cluck.
I like how Toby was just a little like, God, that son of a bitch just said that. I can't believe it.
Yeah. No, we're gonna set the record straight. He says. But either way, so that's Toby. The other voice that you hear is the one and only Brandon J. McDermott. He's got a book called Abandoned Branding. You should check it out. I've heard it's really good. 2 people in my life have read it. I've just not. We'll have producer Zach read it.
I was gonna say I need to get myself a copy.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the
Angel
thing.
I believe Angel has also read it.
I watch it on thrift books, but I miss the copy every time.
Thank you.
don't know what that is. All right, we're gonna get producer Zach one, so we'll have 3 people that have read the book, and at least a couple in the studio. So yeah, check it out. And the other voice is producer Zach. He is filling in again. He's had a good run of being on camera. Sorry for everybody. That's probably why the views are down, having to look at him, but that's okay. We're gonna get through this. Logan, like we mentioned, he's doing the family thing. Family's important. No knock to him, but he is Logan. So he's kind of like the Joe Myers of the Thursday show. It's just fun to kind of bust on him. And now we don't have him. So sorry to whoever in the studio takes the brunt of it. Probably going to be Zach.
Can I ask Zach a question real quick?
Of course you can, Toby.
Zach, what's it feel like to have a microphone arm and just have everything right there now?
It's awesome. I now know how the other half, that is Logan, feels. They have this nice chair. They have a nice mic with a mic stand. It's a full screen with a full keyboard that's not attached to a tiny thing. Matt isn't constantly reaching between my legs to grab a beer.
Instead, I'm just going in there to adjust the mic levels.
Yep.
There it is.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm going to fight
it's
Logan if
nice.
he ever tries to come back.
I mean, come on. It's kind of like fighting somebody, like a 4th grader at this point. Logan's not a
Just
fighter.
shove him in the corner.
Talk
Say
shit.
this is your punishment for being gone 3 weeks
Talk
straight
shit.
from the show.
Yeah.
Put him in the corner.
Yep.
Ooh. He'd probably just be like, you know what, I'm not going to come anymore. I mean, he would drink a lot of beer, but either way, I tell you what, we are going to have to upgrade producer Zach at some point here. Figure out a 3rd desk. We'll get him an arm. We'll do the right thing. We'll do the right thing. As long as he stick around. A lot of people come and go. Like on Triple T, we've had more co-hosts than probably MTV on that show, but not lately. Not as of now.
We could probably get Carson Daly on Tuesday's show at this point.
We probably could.
Or what's
Probably
the dude that did MTV News with the dreadlocks? What was his name?
The fight will be live. I don't know, dude. I didn't watch MTV when you were growing up. We were different times.
Barstool's taking action on me and Logan, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's an easy one. There's one person in here that is Zach who actually teaches kids how to wrestle. And Logan hasn't, I don't even know if he could punch a fly to death.
We coach a common athlete, if that counts.
It doesn't. All right, let's move on. Nobody gives a shit what we coach. Nobody cares about apparently Logan missing because whatever. All right, let's continue to move on. Let's just jump right into it. The title right here says That's a Crappy Story.
Sway. His name is Sway.
We were over that. You got a case of the interruptions. Maybe we'll mute producer Zach and we'll have to take away this beautiful setup. He reminds me of Beard Gang. Like he gets the thought and then all of a sudden it hits him and he's like, boom, there it is. Just got to get it out. And it's okay. You don't want to hold it in. We've been taught that our whole lives. All right. Speaking of not holding it in, sometimes you just can't hold it in and you have to take a shit in a porta potty. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's terrible, but I have to imagine every single person here is taking a shit in a porta potty and has some kind of story. And I'll kick it off with one of my worst porta potty stories. And before we do that, do you guys all call them porta potties, or geographically is it known as something else? Something I've always wondered.
We either call it a porta john or a porta potty where I'm from.
Okay, same thing. Port Johns.
Same.
Okay. And me and Zach were from the same place, so we know that. So all right. So Watkins Glen is obviously, if anybody watches NASCAR, it's a race. It's a road race, and it's a party. All right. I used to go to Watkins Glen all the time for the party, not for the racing. I'm not a NASCAR guy, but it's a good time, and it's in New York. It's the closest one probably to us. Porta Johns, pretty goddamn rough, right? So by the time you start, if you're one of the first ones in the camping section, you're like, all right, cool. I could take this shit. Not a big deal. By the time day one ends, a little stink to it. Not some of them, there's piss on the floor. There's some puke in there. But by the end of the weekend, they get so piled high that you actually have to hover over the porta potty to take a shit because the shit is coming up. And there's a lot of security that will come around if you take a shit outside the porta potty or other areas. You get in trouble. You get a ticket. So you're trying to avoid it. And I mean, you're partying pretty hard. A lot of beer. It's not a great time in there. There is shit everywhere, and it's an absolute nightmare. Like, I feel like if Jackass was to ever think to go into one of these and then lock one of their buddies, like, somebody's going to the hospital because there is just shit, piss everywhere. And that's probably my worst. The other one, real quick, and then somebody else can jump into it, is one time we were hanging out with a guy who was at the time an officer, had some access to pepper spray. We were on a job site, construction site, and then somebody was in there taking a shit. And then next thing you know, the vents were covered up. There was one squirt of pepper spray that went into it. And it was a brutal, I didn't know what it was going to do. The cop knew exactly what the hell it was going to do. One spray of it, and that guy was fucked. And that's always been a fear of mine after seeing that is, especially on a job site with construction, there's all sorts of shenanigans and shit that happens there. And yeah, if somebody says it one more time, somebody's getting pistol whipped. But I will not take a shit on a construction site, and I have a fear every time I walk into one of those that somebody's going to flip the goddamn thing. Am I alone with that or no?
That's a good segue to one of my porta potty stories.
Okay, segue. Go ahead, do the thing. But listen, like your wife says, you can't tell a story in under 10 minutes. We're putting you on the clock. Go.
Okay, go. So drunk teenagers at the big midsummer festival up here on the beautiful St. Lawrence. Bunch of drunk teenagers being drunk teenagers doing drunk teenager things. Buddy's got to go take a shit. He's a big lifter, ate a lot of protein. We knew this was going to be a big deal for him. So he went in there, gave him like 2 minutes to make sure that it was on its way out. And then, just three of us just line drive right into the side of it, knocked it clean off of the pallet. What we didn't realize at the time was that area where it's at, it's actually, they put like these pallet stands so that the urinals are level.
Is it right by the stage?
Right by the stage, yep. And so we just didn't. So when we knocked it off this thing, it didn't just fall sideways. It fell sideways and then rolled downhill.
Was the guy still in it?
Yeah.
Covered in shit, piss, and blue stuff?
Thankfully, that just by pure luck, they had pumped it very recently.
You know what? Shout out AJ Septic.
Shout out
AJ
AJ Septic
around here.
Best honeypots in the North Country.
So let me just follow up real quick. Does this person still talk to you to this day?
No.
That's
the last thing I spoke to him was, "Don't be a stranger."
That's pretty fucked up. All right. All right. I have no more questions. Anybody else? All right. Brandon, you got one?
I remember, the only thing I remember is that, first of all, I've never shat in a porta potty.
You shit at Walmart?
If I did, no. I usually keep my pooping to work and home. If I know it's coming, I know it's coming, and I'm like, yeah, we're not going until it's gone. And I'm not a 3 to 5 minute pooper. This is it's a process. It has nothing to do with TikTok. It has nothing to do with scrolling on your phone. Like, I like to sit there for 15 to 20 minutes to make sure everything's done and we're good to go. And I just dispel all of the evil from me at that one moment. But that said, if I ever were to, I would be a hoverer, because I'm not putting my ass cheeks on a place where there's clearly been piss and it's, anyway. But my story about a porta potty was, we were about 15, and it was around just late June, and we had a lot of fireworks and firecrackers, and we may have jumped into a few. We had a line of them, and we may have thrown. Nobody was there, of course, but we threw a bunch of M80s in there.
Oh.
And one kid was in charge of holding the door open, and then another kid would light the M80 and throw it down the toilet. Well, then that wasn't enough. So then it was like, okay, 3 people throw M80s in there. Well, that's fucking dangerous. Well, first of all, and then one kid threw it in the urinal side, which, wow, dumb. But we had 2 go down into the hole, and they splat, and luckily the door shut, but splattered everywhere, man. I mean, just fucking everywhere. It was just nasty.
Was it a pretty full porta potty at that point?
Yes, it was full, mostly of a greenish brown liquid. It was, which is fine. It's just, I do not like even going in there to piss. Like, if I go in there, I'm going in there like this, dude, because it's just, I don't want the shit particles to touch me. Like, I'm not a germaphobe by any means, but there's just something weird about, like, concert people pissing and shit and not caring about what they're doing, and it's just, people are the dirtiest at concerts, and I don't like it. But or fairs, fucking county fairs and shit.
Oh yeah, no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just like when you're ready to unleash on a porta potty, Toby is ready to unleash. I know I've heard some stories of my buddies that have spent time overseas, and I have to imagine that there's going to be a story or two potential. It doesn't have to be that, but my favorite thing, and I'm going to let Toby. I'm going to unleash the Toby here. We need a sound. Unleash the Toby.
Can I prime Toby real quick?
Hold on, I'm doing a thing.
Oh, I thought that was the bit.
You're muted, Toby. Oh, and maybe that was right, but I read your lips. He said, "God damn it, you son of a bitch!" The where you would have the poop in the bag and then fling it on the buildings. That was my favorite story of my buddies over serving and protecting our country over there. All right, Toby. You're gonna Zach's gonna prime you. I don't know what that means.
I thought of Toby when I saw the scenario that brought me to bring this up to Matt's attention. This porta potty conversation.
Toby, do you have YouTube open potentially?
I do, but it's muted.
Okay.
I was at.
It's because I just flipped my microphone back on.
Gotcha.
I was at a municipal boat launch, eating lunch, and I saw a rugged RV life grandmother walk out of a porta potty that she had just hotboxed with either Pall Malls or Virginia Slims. I didn't really exactly see the package, but it was a soft pack. It was a white soft pack. She was just yarning darts in the porta potty. It was like 92 out. That's what prompted me to bring this up to Matt earlier. So go. I want to hear your story now, knowing that this is the context with which we are talking today.
Well, I actually have a couple. I can get through each of them pretty quick. But before that, now I know you. Sorry, you're not a germaphobe, Brandon, but you never shit in a portable toilet. Not once.
I've never shit in a portable toilet, and I will tell you this: it comes down to clear planning, and of course, not being in the armed forces or the service. I've luckily dodged having to poop in public settings like that. Yes.
I'm just impressed. I mean,
I'm beyond impressed.
Listen, shitting is a very important part of my day, or days. Sometimes it's once every two. And
whoa! You can go without shitting.
If I'm not eating enough, yes. If I today, usually it's once a day, but it's either right when I wake up, or it's after I get to work, about an hour in, right before the news hour, 6 o'clock, 6:45. Got a good 15 to 20 minutes. Put on some long album-oriented rock, some Led Zeppelin. We're good to go. And I go in and I enjoy my time. But no, it's clear planning. And I remember one time where I was traveling and it was getting close. I was on an airplane, and that is scary because I'm like, first of all, you ever seen a 400-pound man in a fucking bathroom where you gotta go like this, turn around and get around? It's not fun.
Poop in the urinal.
Okay.
Wow.
Have you guys pooped on an airplane
odds
before?
are just astronomical. It's impressive. All right. So
I pooped in public schools before, but that's different.
I will start with the Toby's Army Meetup.
Okay.
Every year, or the very first year, we had 4 porta-johns, and like all of them got maybe halfway full. The second year, we got 4 porta-johns, and they were maybe halfway full. The next year, I just said, forget it, and we got 6. Or I'm sorry. No, the second year I got 6, and like none of them were even halfway full, except for one. So it's like everybody went to the same one, it seemed like. And that one was like maybe 3/4 of the way full. So knowing that I had about the same numbers coming last year, and knowing how much they got filled up, I was like, well, I'm going to save some money. So we got 3. By the end of day 2, people had to hover. Because it was literally all the way up to the top on all 3. And I realized that the biggest difference was I had Irish Cherokee in his food truck were cooking meals.
And Grim admitted earlier he takes big dumps. He blows them up.
But it was when the guy came to clean them, he just looked inside and he was like, good Lord. I was like, he goes, these were empty when we dropped them off, right? I'm like, yep, I'm aware. So this year we're getting 5. We'll see how it goes.
Does anybody, when they're taking a dump, does the Cisco song come in your head? Dumps like a truck.
I thought you were talking about the Cisco hold music.
No. All right, second one.
The next story was my first deployment ever. This was in Bosnia in 1997. Just a hell of a year. A month or two in, one of our lieutenants lost his pistol. And we
I
had to
know
go
this
on
story.
we had to go on a search. And as everybody knows, when I told the story before, I did have to climb into the back of a garbage truck. Well, one of the things I didn't tell you is all of us had to rotate. Like we did this search for 2 straight weeks. All of us had to rotate. Like every day it was a different person, but somebody had to go and reach their hand in and search through the shitters, and they weren't porta johns per se. Like they weren't like blue liquid and somebody comes and sucks them out. They were like dug trenches in the ground, like 8 feet deep.
And then you
had to
rotate
go
it like you
through,
move them.
and we had to sift through them.
Yeah.
So,
Yikes.
and then, so that was a lot of fun. I think I had 4 rotations doing that. And no, we did not have like the arm length, like cow checking a cow's prostate gloves. No, we didn't have that.
I'm gonna
So it
check
was
your
just-
oil.
It was bare arming it, baby.
Do
Yeah.
cows have
Um,
prostates?
And then in Iraq, the game was you couldn't, as long as you did not see who went in the porta john, but you knew that somebody was in the porta john. It was the who can knock over the porta john on its door with an officer inside.
Ooh, that seems like a dangerous game to play.
I won twice, and I got extra guard shifts twice.
And you wonder why you're the guy going in there, you know what I mean, 10 knuckles deep, going through shit looking for a missing pistol. Was it even missing? Or they're like, this motherfucker keeps knocking me over. I'm gonna lose my pistol, and
Oh,
this
no,
fucker's gonna
is-
play in my
you're,
poop.
You're talking like 15 years apart here, baby.
Oh. Sorry, honey. I guess I don't know my timelines. I'm not gonna go
But
like
yeah,
I
it was,
don't know the timelines between the wars in your.
Well, Bosnia, well, it wasn't even that long, but I mean, Bosnia was 97, Iraq was 2004. So,
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair
but
enough.
so 7 years apart. But yeah, so the best way to do it is you grab, you can do it by yourself and get extra points, or you can bring somebody with you. But as long as it was your idea to do it, you had to take the entire brunt of the blame. So if we do knock it over and somebody definitely is inside, the other person gets to jet, and you got to stay there just like.
My buddy said that he spent some time in, I forget where it was. It was probably around 2000-ish, right around there. And wherever he was, he had to do, he was like a telecom guy. And wherever he was having to do work at some point was where like the drains were. But apparently you could like see the drains and stuff. So he'd be working, and then the next thing you know, you'd be seeing like turds floating by. You'd see weird things going down shower drains. You'd see things that looked like toilet paper, just guys just rifling down the shower. He said it was a weird time in his life, but that's some of the weirdest things that have happened to him over there. But
we would do night patrols going through Iraq and some of these like, dirt cities, and as you're driving through, like you think you're just driving over, like, because they've got like ditches, and you see what you just assume is like water passing through the ditches until your vehicle runs over it, and it's just that I don't have a sense of smell, so I never knew, but I always knew because when we would hit it, everybody in the crew would be like, because it's just shit trenches that just runs from everybody's houses and connects and flows out away from the town.
Gotcha. All right, let's transition from the shit because there's not a lot of chat going on. I don't think people like to talk about shit as much as we do. I could talk about poop the entire time. I even did a show one time with Talking Beards. It was called Talking Poop. We had 4 episodes of just doing nothing but talking about poop. Episodes. Sorry, I was Canadian / French for a little bit. Let's transition. Speaking of the French things, weird things that we're afraid of. All right, I don't know if it's a weird thing that I'm afraid of. I'll just kick it off and I'm gonna turn it over. I'm scared of bats. Oh, fucking hate them. I hate bats, and I know Toby's like, oh, we grab them, we play with them. They can sit on my shoulder like a goddamn parrot. There's something, and let me refrain it. I don't ever want to do harm to the bats. I'm not out there trying to murder them all. I don't like Batman. Maybe this is where it stems from. I think Batman is a shitty character. We'll talk about that somewhere else. But just, I just don't love them. Like when they're flying around the house, I bought a house that had just tons and tons of bats. And it was every night bats were flying around and bats were flying around. One time I was taking shit and the cat that I had caught a bat, put it under the bathroom door, and it was like a horror movie. It was crawling right at me. I didn't know what to do. I'm just terrified of them. They're in my house still. Producer Zach ran in here because they were starting like that squelching noise. They're ready to come out.
Yeah.
Not a fan of it. And maybe that's not a weird thing, but I'm just curious, if there's just something weird that you're afraid of. And Brandon, you can't use porta potties because we've already talked about it. So, Brandon, is there anything?
Phobia.
Okay. Yeah. There's a phobia for everything now these days. Brandon, do you have anything that's kind of like a little bit weird that you want to admit that you're afraid of? If not, that's cool.
I'm afraid of the dark.
I've seen that show.
Not to get all weird on you guys, but I think a lot of my fears come from my childhood.
Yep.
And I don't like going in, like, it's ironically enough, I'm in a basement. My studio's down here. It's pretty dark, of course. Every night when I go upstairs, I almost go upstairs backwards because there's somebody down here that's going to get me. And that comes from being a kid and being traumatized. But other than that, I'm not afraid of like spiders or shit like that, or snakes or being bitten. I'm afraid of the wrath of my wife that I probably wouldn't say publicly, but I just did. So Logan, he mentioned a couple of podcast episodes ago that he was afraid of having his feet over the bed at night. That he was just, there's always that fear that something, whether it was a movie he watched or something, that something was going to grab him. He will not ever have his feet over any side of the bed. And that's one thing that I will speak on his behalf. And I'm pretty sure now one of his fears is producer Zach that challenged him to a fight apparently on air tonight. So Zach, you afraid of anything weird?
Yes, lots of things. That's most of it's for me and my therapist, but I do have a fear to the point where it has been brought up in therapy and with my primary care provider. I'm horrified that I have Lou Gehrig's disease.
Parkinson's?
No, like ALS. Like that wasting motor neuron degenerative disease. Like I'm a pretty active guy. I've always done combat sports. I've always wrestled, like done lots of dumb shit. So I'm sore a lot of the time, and the diabetes doesn't help. But sometimes I wake up and like, man, this is it. This is the day my hand's just not going to work. I had a friend of mine pass away recently from ALS, and it happens fast, and you deteriorate pretty quickly. Yeah, it's an awful fucking thing.
It is shitty.
And for folks who don't really know about ALS, obviously Ruth does. I'm sorry to hear about your father. You literally, it takes away your ability to breathe and to swallow, which are two very important things in life. It's fucking awful, amongst other things. But those are motor functions that are very important.
Yep. Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible thing. And I couldn't imagine living in that, I guess, weird fear that you might have it. But
this has been great for me.
Yeah, it's glad we could talk about it. Toby, is there anything weird?
Before Toby goes, sorry. I just want to say, Zach, you don't have ALS. Everything's going to be okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Agree. And we're not your therapist. Allegedly.
I'm not paying you $80.
Oh, you're not? I thought that was the deal.
No.
That's how you got on here, isn't it?
I'll get you a Miller Lite out of your fridge.
Fair enough. But the thing is, I just put them in there so I could give the appearance that they're cold. They're fucking piss warm. Miller Lights tonight.
Is there anything cold and tasty in there?
I'll hook you up. I'll get you something when Toby's there. Now that we're talking about sad things, Zach's going to need a drink.
Yeah, I'm going to need a drink now.
Toby, you're up. Anything weird that you want to admit that you're afraid of?
I'm not really. I'm honestly not really afraid of anything. But there are things that I guess like some people would look at as a fear, but it's more of a distrust. Like I'm weary of it. I'm not fearful of it. I'm weary of it because I don't trust it. One of those things is fucking clowns.
Yeah.
I am not scared of clowns by any means. I don't trust clowns. I don't trust somebody that feels the need to put on makeup and dress up just so they can get closer to kids.
How do you feel about the band Kiss?
I mean, I don't see Kiss as dressing up like clowns, honestly.
No, I'm just curious, but I mean, with the face paint and the transition.
I love Kiss. Okay. Love Gun. It's one of my favorite songs.
All right, cool.
What about Guar?
Oh, Guar's awesome.
Guar's fucking awesome.
And all these guys that wear masks and stuff.
Okay, so strictly clowns. I get it. It's weird. Like,
what about Clown from Slipknot?
Not strict. Well, yeah, I mean,
what about the Insane Clown Posse?
Do you know
don't
what?
see them as just like being clowns. You know what I mean? I'm talking about your typical like circus clown,
Bozo the
you
clown.
know, children's entertainment clown, you know, like that. I don't trust clowns.
Stephen A. Smith.
Do you know what? Do you know what movie scared the shit out of me with clowns? And it's not it. Killer Clowns from Outer
Killer
Space.
Clowns from Outer Space.
Fuck, that movie fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah, I could see that.
It
I
is
love that fucking movie.
Well, I don't know how old you were when you saw Toby, being about 10 years older than I am. I was not 10. I was not a teenager when I saw that movie. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
was a teenager.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh wait, okay. The other thing that I don't trust, horses. I
Oh,
don't fucking trust horses
know what I don't trust?
trust
If
them
we're going animals.
at all.
What's
that?
Like donkeys. Donkeys are
No, I
fucking
love
scary.
donkeys.
No, I know. I'm
Love
not
donkeys.
saying I hate them, but I don't trust the motherfuckers. They can see like 360 degrees, and they're big. Like the ones that the better halves family own. Like when I'm thinking donkeys, like, and I'm not saying Shrek, but like I've always seen like smaller donkeys. These things are the size of horses.
Are you sure that they weren't burros, which is a donkey and horse mix?
I thought that was a mule.
They refer to them as donkeys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know shit about farm animals. Like our pre-conversation about you trying to get rid of chickens. If anybody wants chickens, please let us know. We will give you 2. I almost said cocks. We're gonna give you 2
Bravo
roosters to a good home. I might know a guy. Well, either way, we'll circle back to that. But yeah, the donkeys are huge, but apparently they can see 360 degrees. And the reason they have them, 1, they can ride them around. 2, they're so fucking vicious. Like coyotes, anything that comes near their chickens and their other pets, they will protect
they're very
them.
protective of the rest of the barnyard.
I guess I wasn't scared of them until I learned about them. Now I have a weird fear of these donkeys, and the names are funny. That's like Reba and something else. So they're great donkeys. I love them. They're cool. But between them and the goats, yeah, fucking horses though.
So there is one thing that I'm actually afraid of.
Oh shit! You sure you want to tell everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And it was Brandon reminding me of when he watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I
Good job,
was
Brandon.
6 years old when my parents had me watch Jaws.
Oh,
I am deathly afraid of the ocean because I don't trust what I can't see.
Mhm.
And again, it really boils down to like I don't trust it. Like I don't trust it. So you become, in that respect, when it comes to the ocean, dude, that's not our world. Like, we don't belong in the ocean. We don't have gills. We're not supposed to be there. That's not our world. That's a whole different world that we don't belong in. And fucking no, I don't. Jaws scarred me for life. Like it even got to the point where later on in life I started having problems going into lakes because
no shit.
that water you definitely can't see through. Like at least in the ocean, depending upon where you're at, you can see down a pretty decent depth.
True.
Lake, yeah, you might be able to see your waist if you're swimming in a lake. Like,
And the worst thing that's going to happen on a lake is if you accidentally jump on the wrong spawn bed of an animal that's protective, and then like we've seen it with like sturgeons and stuff.
yeah, I've gotten it with a gar. I've been bitten by a gar and a muskie.
Yep.
Yeah, muskies are fucking
Gardener
rad.
here took my pinky toe off.
Heyo. So we did a poll in the chat. Have you ever pooped in a porta potty? 72% of the viewers have shit or shat or taken a dump or whatever you call it in a porta potty. 27% of the viewers have not. That's impressive. I was thinking it was going to be at least in the 90s or something, but
I don't believe you.
me or them?
I think some of you are liars.
Yeah, liars. All right, let Cam, you good? Give if you thumbs up. It's a little bit slow. I want to bring him in, not because it's slower he is, but last week on the picker wheel, we spun. What's the worst gas station food? And as soon as we heard gas station, we all, at least me and Toby, and I think you guys were, I was like, we got to have Cam on the show. Hit him up today, and I was like, listen, I know you're in Florida, and I know you're working because that's all you do. You're a fucking stud. So I said, hey,
It's a fucking animal.
I said, listen, maybe rock a Finlay hat because if anybody wants, a Finlay hat, we have all these cool triple T hats that I can't fucking sell for shit. So if anybody wants them, make an offer, send me some PayPal money. I'm going to start shipping these goddamn things out. I got a whole fucking box of these. Look at
I'll pay for a couple and I'll give some out at the meetup.
I'll
got
take
a
one.
box of these goddamn things.
All I'll PayPal you for one.
All right, we're gonna move these. All right, we're gonna move these. I'm gonna start giving them at cost. But either way, it's funny because they're not gonna deteriorate. But either way, I noticed he's rocking a Finlay hat, and you guys can use his code, my code, Beard Laws, whatever, or just buy Toby's Army merch or Brandon McDermott merch. Producer Zach doesn't have shit. But either way, we gotta bring them in.
Whoa. Next Copper John's purchase, use promo code Producer Zach for 10% off.
He did it. He's got it. He's got his first code. There we go. Let's do the thing. And it's been used a couple times. But either way, let's bring him in. It's Cam Corner Store. What's up, dude?
Hey, guys.
I can.
What's up, my dude? Hey, at any point, just so the viewers and everybody knows, if a customer comes in, he is going to have to go take care of business. So if you got to go, you got to go. But obviously, we've talked and super stoked to have you on here tonight. And worst gas station food, and I know what you're going to say, but we're going to probably ask some more questions to you. So I want you to kick it off and let us know the worst gas station food from a guy that works in a gas station.
Let's do it.
All right, do the thing. Go ahead. I'm putting you on a big screen because you look a little small, and you're fucking looking good with that Finlay Boneyard hat.
So the worst gas station food that I've experienced here, my gas station, we don't have room for like the rollers, the hot dog rollers or anything like that. But down south, we have some weird food that is found in jars most of the time.
Oh, shit.
And one in particular that stood out to me when I was thinking about this was going to be the pickled pig's feet.
Ugh.
And I'll let y'all digest
I know.
that.
Yeah,
while
I heard the ding.
Customer.
All right, he's going to help a customer.
Delicious.
All right, so we heard the ding ding ding. So I want to take him when he gets back. I want to see what those barrels are. You guys seeing those barrels? That's the first thing that caught
I would
my
say
attention.
those are backwards.
I got to know what's in them.
We got to know what's in them. So pickled. What do you say? Pig's feet. So Toby, you're a fan of
pig's feet. Oh yeah, I love them. I love pickled pig's feet.
Toby's a fan of them.
Big fan, really?
Pickled
Yeah.
pig's feet.
Pickled pig's feet.
I'll eat the hell out of those.
I've
Shit.
tried.
I've never had it. I want to ask.
Pickled eggs though. Like I'm not a pickled eggs fan though.
Oh, see, I could die off pickled eggs. Just give them to me.
I could do pickled eggs, but the pickled pig's feet, that's the weirdest thing that I've sold at this gas station as far as like weird stuff goes, weird shit goes.
So you said you had more stores south. Like how much farther south do you have?
Well, just
you're in Florida,
down here in the south compared to where everybody else is at. I figured, pickled pig's feet didn't really. I thought it was a southern thing, but I guess Toby and
North Carolina, bro.
North Carolina,
North Carolina.
It's the south too. That's
Pickled
boiled
pig
peanuts
lips?
and pickled pig's feet and pickled eggs.
What about pickled pig lips? Have you guys dabbled in that?
Not seen those before. That's foreign to me. Nope.
It's probably foreign altogether. But Brandon, I'm interested to see what Brandon has to say. Being a food guy, all right, he's gonna let's cut things open, and I'm curious to open up this conversation about what do you think about pickled pig's feet? Would you try it? If we get you some, will you try it live and tell us like what you think about it?
I've tried them.
Oh shit! There goes that idea.
I will say this: I am usually one to say you have to try it before you judge it, but I also will say if it's fucking grubs stuffed with like slimy innards that are, I'm not going to eat that. Like I don't need to be poked in the eye with a sharp stick to know I don't enjoy that, right? So my pickled pig feet a little too gelatinous. It's not the flavor of it that's gross. It's the
It does have a weird texture.
It's the texture.
It's not the flavor, it's the texture. And then also like, am I gnawing on bone or nail here? I don't know what this is. Like, so you don't know what is edible and what's not. It's just a little too weird for me. But that said, I love like chicharron. So I love pig skin that's like fried. So it's different. But pickled eggs, pickled sausage, pickled other things, very good stuff. But pickled pig's feet, no. It's the same with like chicken feet. Or like I can't do that. I can't just get no. And then I've seen some people just the fuck no. So
that I know that he's gonna go there. So pickled. I've never had one. I'm down to try it. 100%.
When it comes to food, the biggest thing for me is not flavor. It has to do with mouthfeel. That's what she said.
Yep.
And also just the texture.
Yep.
Where do you stand on the boiled peanut, Brandon?
I've never had boiled peanuts. I am from.
Me neither.
I'm a Yank from.
I am
Mason-Dixon.
I am too. I've traveled in the South enough. But yeah, I can't do the. I've done the Cajun. I've done the original. I can't do the boiled peanut.
But here's the deal with stuff like that, with specialty foods. You can't, from my experience, buy a canned version or a.
Oh no.
It's like I had my mom. She was like, "I don't like kimchi." I was like, "Mom, you bought a fucking can of kimchi. Is why you don't like kimchi." Like, if you have like homemade kimchi that's done right, it's one of the best foods you've ever had in your life. But you just don't like kimchi. You can't go buy a can or a jar of kimchi. Any old kimchi or any old boiled peanuts. I've seen people try them on TikTok, and I'm like, you're not trying the real thing. Have somebody actually boil it for you.
Oh, see, I get them from the crock at like the fried chicken gas stations down south, and I just don't like them.
Yeah. All right, so Cam's taking care of business every day.
Can guarantee those barrels are backwoods.
Yeah. So let's transition. Let's go with the food guy, Brandon. Worst gas station food in your experience?
I love gas station food. This body is built by gas station food. What was it? Built by Tony, built by whatever it was.
Body by Jake.
Body by Jake. This body is by Casey's Pizza. That's a Midwestern thing. In fact, I went to the Casey's.
Hold up. Casey's, I want you to stare at me right now. This guy gives you a shout out on his own all the time. Hook our man up. Not this show. Hook our man up. He's a huge fan of Casey's. His body by Casey's. Hook him up. Just in case somebody from Casey's watching. Send it to corporate and tag at Brandon J. McDermott. Sorry, I had to do it.
Casey's Pizza is the most delicious pizza, whether it's breakfast or otherwise. And usually they give you that double slice. So it's not like a slice of pizza. It's like a slice. I went in there this morning. It's like a fourth of a pizza. Like I bought for $1.99. I'm like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Ready made. To answer your question, though, the only food I don't enjoy from gas stations has to do with any kind of egg salad, tuna salad, chicken salad that I bought. You don't know how fresh it is the problem. The flavor's fine, but if you bought something that's 2 or 3 days old.
Yeah. I
once bought a burrito that they had on their warmer. I opened it up, turned it over, and there was mold all over it.
Oh.
It wasn't at a Casey's. It was at another gas station in Omaha.
Right.
Say it.
Quick Trip, I think it was. Oh, so you just don't know exactly what's on it. But when it comes in that same vein, when it comes to heated up foods, and I'm not trying to take all the time up in the world here.
No, take it. Go.
But the problem with the rollers, the hot dogs, the heated up stuff, if you buy gas station food fresh, but if you buy gas station food that's been on there for 2 or 3 hours under the heat lamp, it's like anything else. It's not going to be good. It's going to be dried and dehydrated and overdone, and the chicken is dry and breaks down the protein. It's no longer good. So it just happens. If you can get in there and you can get them to make you something fresh, some of the best for the price food you'll buy.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go the other way on like the chicken salads and stuff like that, because we have Stewart's,
yes,
which is an amazing gas station around here, and their food is fantastic.
Awesome.
And they like shout out to my cousin. His nickname is Dick Boy because he's a fucking dick when he wants to be. But I want to bring him on the show sometime. He's had quite a journey in his life. But either way, when he was drinking a lot, and thankfully he's sober, everything is good. His move was get fucking drunk all day. 2 chicken salad sandwiches from Stewart's on the way home. And I'm like, Jesus, man, like for other reasons. But I finally was like, I got to try one of these chicken salad sandwiches from this gas station. It was fucking amazing. Yeah. But they have the fresh, like they do a better job, I guess, where you're not going to get that burrito that's covered in mold because it's been in there for far too long. But
I do the egg salad from Stewart's all the time. The egg salad on wheat.
There we go.
Steamed Jack Link's meat witch with it. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And all again, somebody talking about, real quick before we get back to Cam, somebody talking about gas station sushi. I bet within reason that sushi, when it was made, probably wasn't that bad. But the fact is you don't know how long it's been sitting there. And you can't buy something that's been in a gas station.
You don't know how long it took to get there.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly. So
very good point. So Cam, obviously, you kind of said, you don't have the rollers, you don't have the food selection, but we're all dying to know what is in the barrels behind you.
What's in the barrels?
The barrels.
Yes.
That is a new released flavor of backwoods.
Oh,
brand new.
Zach nailed it.
Yeah, brand new. It's just got the singles in it. So yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, it's nice.
How much for the barrel?
I don't know. I'm just
sold
selling the singles out of it. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the barrels.
The rep's going to come take the barrel back.
Probably. They're just for display. Probably.
I heard the ding, ring a ding ding.
Yep.
It's because you said it. It's because you said it's not
Florida at 9:45 at night.
Yep. I want to ask him. Remember that we did the video on Triple T. So if you guys haven't watched Triple T, check it out on Tuesdays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With the guy in the cooler with the squirt gun. Pew pew pew.
Oh,
I wonder
yeah.
if he. We'll ask him there. So Toby, gas station foods. Is there anything that you would say this is the worst of the worst?
So I would love to say sushi, but I'm not dumb enough to try it. And anybody that's ever grabbed sushi from a gas station and actually ate it, you probably are of very low IQ because that is commonsensical to the max. If you got offended by that, well, then that's on you.
It is.
I am going to go with, so unfortunately, I am surrounded by Circle Ks.
I love Circle K. I'll defend it.
Yep, I do too. Unless you grab any wrapped hot sandwich. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's a burger, a chicken fillet, any of them. First of all, I'm the guy that installed all the ovens. Secondly, I know when they start cooking those and how long that they're out there before even the first person gets a chance to get one. Like your best bet is to say, oh, I'm going to get one of these and reach as far back as you can and grab one. But they're usually, they're so overcooked that like the bread is hard. Like, I mean, it's like hard. The cheese is like non-existent because it's essentially evaporated almost all the way, like on like a cheeseburger or something like that. The chicken is dry. The burgers are dry. Like it's just horrible. Now, the pizza, that's a completely different entity. But I'm a huge fan of pretty much gas station pizza almost anywhere I go.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's your take on the 2 for $3 corn dogs, Toby?
I don't eat corn dogs.
But there's another food that I've had that at a gas station, if it's done fresh, out of this world. But if you get a corn dog that's been on that roller too long or been on that heater too long,
with that hard spot on the back.
Cardboard,
Yeah.
The other part I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to get some opposition on this for anybody that likes them, and I know that Circle K isn't the only place that has them. It just, they might call them something different. Tornadoes are disgusting.
Look at Grim called it before.
Tornadoes are fucking disgusting, and
Bad
if you
take.
enjoy tornadoes, you are never allowed to talk to me about good food again.
Can I ask what I don't know, so I've never had one.
Essentially, it's like a taquito. Like think of like a taquito almost, but they're stuffed with all sorts of different things. It could be buffalo chicken, it could be beef and cheese. I mean, they're disgusting. They're absolutely
pancakes and maple syrup and sausage.
fucking disgusting.
Toby, look at me.
Yeah.
Tell me how the tornadoes hurt you.
They're fucking disgusting.
What did tornadoes do to you?
You know, they're not great. You know what I've also had that are similar to the.
They're also another thing that are super overcooked.
Yeah,
before anybody even gets a chance to get one.
The ones that have cream cheese inside are edible. They're not great. But
Brandon,
go ahead. You were going to say something, Matt.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I mean, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate or stick up for him, but I mean, there's a fine line on how I would imagine you cook a tornado and then you put the goddamn thing on a roaster forever. They're going to get even worse. Like, I'm curious, like, if you were to buy, say, a bag of tornadoes and then cook them yourselves.
And then, like, cook them, like, in the oven or something like that.
Yes,
air fryer.
And then eat them.
Yeah.
And not let them sit out. Like, I bet I don't know. The concept in my
Let me go buy some frozen and then I'll cook them and I'm sure they'll be great. But if you get them from a gas station, they're already ruined.
Yes, I would imagine that. Yes, and I mean, Cam could attest to this a little better, but I'm sure the vendors on a tornado in most places are probably not from the highest quality that you would potentially get from a restaurant.
Most definitely not. It's I do have sandwiches here.
Ooh.
I don't know if y'all have heard of the Dandy Company. I carry the Dandy sandwiches, and
are they fine and dandy?
In a pinch, you know,
How
got
many do
no
you
other
eat in a
options.
week?
I was gonna say,
they're
in a
not
week.
bad.
In a week, how many do you crush in a week?
I used to have 2 or 3 a week, but my wife told me I'm not allowed to have them anymore.
See, I was gonna embarrass you. I was gonna say let's set the over under at 6.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes, I'll tell you another thing I'm a huge fan of is those PB&J, like essentially the not crustables, but they're crustables.
Oh, fuck
and they keep them like in the refrigerated area. Sheets has them, and I just, dude, I'll wreck those things.
Can we just take 5 minutes? Not 5 minutes. 5 seconds to just say how fucking awesome Sheets is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Get out of here.
Let's go, Sheets. All right. So Undead Stoner said, "Hey, is this man at a gas station?" Yes, he is. He works and works and works, and it's Cam Corner. Just follow him on all the social medias. I mean, this dude is a stud. It's Cam Corner Store. Just check him out. You'll love the content. And if you don't, come back next Tuesday or Thursday and be like, "What the fuck?" All right, and then that's on me.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
No, you don't have to apologize. We know.
Killing
We
it.
know. Hey, I figured the moment we brought you on, business would be good, and that's
Just
fine.
how it goes.
You just look at customers and be like, "Listen, motherfuckers, I'm live on the Beard Law Show.
Trying,
We have
I'm
2
trying to do
million people that are watching this show, minus probably like 1.9
1,999,980.
Yes. Other than that, so either way, Brandon, you got something for him?
Got a question for Cam. So, do you guys carry the chili cheese dispenser?
I always considered getting that in here because that would have been it's pretty easy to set up. It's pretty easy to get. I just don't know how well it would do.
So here's what I
chili cheese nachos anywhere. I don't care.
Because that was going to be the combo. I was going to get the hot dog roller and the bun steamer, and then get the whole 9 yards.
Steamed buns.
I know we're not talking about best foods here from the gas station, but one of the things I used to love doing is going and getting one of my favorite bags of chips. Of course, not the large fucking bags. Opening that fucking thing open and then just filling up chili and cheese in there. And of course, the guy knew what I was doing. I wasn't like lying to him. He saw an open bag and it's fucking scalding hot. Oh my god! Get a spoon and just
It didn't melt the bag.
Melted your fucking hand almost. It was hot.
Yeah, bro. Get a bag of Fritos, like even better. You get the chili cheese Fritos, and then you bring it over to the chili and cheese dispensers. Close it up, give it a good shake. Grab yourself a Spork or whatever you can get.
Why you wouldn't just put the chips in a boat? Like if you got the chili and cheese dispenser, there's boats.
You already have a container. Why get another container?
But
the bag is bigger than a fucking boat.
Yeah, and we care about the environment.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you wasteful
unreal. Bastard. Yeah, Doritos. I agree with Amanda. Doritos.
Turtles.
He went there.
No, I'll say it. Logan, turtles. Let's go.
Punk. I'll say it. Turtles.
Not just kidding. He's back. Yeah.
I would like to point out that the views and opinions of individuals on this show do not necessarily reflect the entire team or this show in general.
What do you think Mike Tyson gets at a gas station?
Let's not start talking shit about Mr.
It's not
Tyson.
talking shit. I'm just curious. What do you think he walks in? I mean, he's an avid marijuana smoker.
I think he looks like a straight like chili cheese hot dog guy.
I bet you he does sleeve of Pringles.
All right. I mean, so we got to sleep. Cam, what would you if Mike Tyson walks in? What do you think he's grabbing?
I was gonna try and do his voice and say the word Snickers, but I don't want to
do that.
I don't want to.
Don't do that. Toby said, "Don't
dump it. Dump it.
He can hear it. No, I couldn't do it. No, I think he'd go for a Snickers bar, king size, easy.
Oh, fair enough.
Is it because he's a nut?
Wow.
Once again, the views of individuals on the show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the show as a whole. Thank you.
Mike Tyson is a big fan of the show, so we make sure we really cater to him and everything. But yeah,
Matt's gonna be on Hotboxing next week.
Yes, can't wait. I'll bring you with me. So back to the gas station stuff. There's got to be go-tos. Like if you could pick like a top 3, and you've probably covered this content again. Guys, follow Cam Corner Store, all the social medias. What's the Florida go-to in your gas station? Like people walk in, what's the majority of people grabbing?
The go-to snack?
Yeah, snack or cigs or anything. Just like if the majority of people walk in, what are they grabbing?
That's one of the most common questions I get in my live streams on TikTok is what is the most popular items? I always say it's the BLT. It's not the sandwich. It's the beer, lottery, tobacco. That's not in any specific order. It's just how it fits. But yeah, beer, lottery, tobacco. Those are the top 3 sellers. But as far as like individuals, I'll run through them. Let's see. This summer, the hot snack has been the boiled peanuts, which I recently made a video about. Boiled peanuts have been going crazy. I'm out of Cajun right now. I don't have a single bag left. So boiled peanuts.
I heard the ding. I heard the ding. If you got to go, but I'm gonna let you know. Like it's probably there. Cam, no, you can go take care of it. I'm just saying the boiled peanuts are probably taking off in Florida because we keep talking about it. So we'll take 3% of commission on that.
I will say this. in relation to his BLT, if I'm in line, I don't care how much stuff I have on me or what I might need from behind the counter. If the person in front of me, or even the person in front of that person, if as they're walking up to the register, I see them going like this at the lottery tickets, I fucking drop everything right there, turn around, go back to my car, and I fucking drive to another place.
I'm gonna need a
Because
number
fuck
one.
people that wait,
I
that
was
get
about
lottery tickets
I
in
was
the
about
middle
to
of the
really
day at
encourage
like
your bad
lunch
behavior.
rush. Let me get a
3 1s, a 17.
Let me
How
get a
many? What number are
25.
we on the 28?
Yes, that's the
yeah.
worst.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, 5 to.
And-
That's a 7.
You know, worse than that, I had a guy that was at the gas station, and here we have a hard time staffing these places because we live in a small town, and there was a new guy who was cashiering, and guy came up, and it was 5:30 in the morning, and this guy orders similarly some lottery tickets, wants to reorder his old ticket. He's not a winner. Okay, blah blah blah. Gets all the numbers in. Guy comes back, and he's having trouble punching shit in. Guy gives him cash. It comes to $35.02. Guy gives him a $50.02. 2 pennies, $35.02. The guy gives him back $15.05. And the guy is like, why'd you give me 5 cents for? Like, even after the transaction, the guy was still like, the cashier was just still bewildered. He just took the money back and he was like, I guess this is going in here. Which doesn't make sense to me because the machine shows you what you have to pay or what you give back. So I don't know. I love people who are coming in there and starting new jobs and stuff like that, but it's definitely frustrating when you have to get to work quickly.
Yes.
I have also completely lost my shit on people that take forever to get lottery and then decide, oh, I'm going to scratch my tickets right here.
Oh, fuck.
See,
I have
this
lost it on people. 3 people back in line. I've been like, hey, buddy, how about we don't? I
See-
bet Cam, I've seen videos where Cam talks about it. People that take forever to get their lottery tickets and they're going to make that decision to just scratch them right there.
Oh yeah, right in
God.
front of everybody. Even when I have a line,
You just tell them to fuck off and
It's
die.
like, oh, yeah. Sometimes.
It's all right. Most of the customers usually take care of it because there's
Oh, yeah,
always
move.
going to be a collective
am-
groan and at least one person that's willing to go, hey, man, how about no?
Yeah.
How about you move out of the damn way? Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Can we talk
Most
about the dudes that scratch off tickets on TikTok? Like, that's their whole fucking content, is that they just scratch
they
off
always
lottery
have
tickets online.
thousands and thousands of
Thousands,
people watching
dude.
them in their live stream. It pisses me off.
So what the fuck are you? They have the little like scooper, but they're using it for friggin' scratch it. Get out of here!
Little,
I
the little
report
Coke
them.
spoon.
I report them. Yeah,
I report them too. It's promoting
Yeah.
gambling.
yeah, I report.
I'm gonna get
Fuck those
reported
guys,
for
dude.
just having like tobacco products in my background, and they're just here scratching the
Yeah.
tickets in front of a bunch of people. No,
Get
no.
outta here, dude.
Yeah. Is somebody just standing in front of the entry? Like, somebody's just like, this guy's live. I'm going to be
Just-
a dick.
The homeless
Somebody's-
guy's
somebody's
peeing
at
on the
his
window
door
again.
going,
One of my favorite stories ever of being in a small town, not where I'm at now. It was a small town on the border of Nebraska or Iowa and in Missouri about 10 years ago. And we're at a small town gas station and 6 people in line right after work, about 5 o'clock. Guy's got about a 24 pack of Old Milwaukee and he's just wants to get done.
Oh yeah,
The guy
brother.
comes up to the front and he's ordering, lottery tickets. And the guy who's 4 fucking people back, is a normal here because most people are, he goes, "Hurry up, Susie! I'm fucking thirsty." I'll never forget that for as long as I was just the
I'll let
greatest.
y'all know. I got like a bunch of cars pulling up, so if you need to kick me out, go ahead because it's probably just gonna be.
Yeah, we're like a
Extra
minute
stream.
or we're a minute from closing, so this is a good time. Listen, man, Cam, we can't thank you enough. We're gonna
Thank
try
y'all
to
for
get
having
some
me.
more gas station stuff to bring you on some more. You're a
Anytime.
fucking stud. Make sure you guys check him out. Cam Corner Store and
I
Cam.
gave you a follow.
We can't thank you, man.
Guys.
We can't thank you enough. Hey, good luck tonight.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good
All right.
night.
Later, dude.
Bye, Cam.
All right. Real quick, we did a poll. Would you eat gas station sushi?
No.
92% said no. There's some 8% of people in this.
well, I mean,
said they would.
I think I saw at least 1 or 2 people say that they've already had it and they got really sick by it. So that makes sense.
Yes, that does. But yeah, thank you, Cam, again for taking some time. It's getting shit is going down 10 p.m. down in Florida. And know what's awesome? He left the camera here, so if shit goes down, we're gonna bring him back in just
we
to
gotta
watch
leave
the
that
shit
feed up for his safety. Like if
Yeah.
we need to watch Cam for as long as he leaves that on to make sure no shit goes south.
Brandon.
Can I just say real quick? Amanda said she doesn't like okra because it's too slimy. Nobody does. One thing you should do with okra: soak it in vinegar for about 30 minutes, take it off there, pat it dry, and you're good to go. Take the slime away.
Yeah. And then
What the fuck is
right
okra?
after,
Is that a
after
whale?
you've
Is
had
that a
it dry,
killer
put it
whale?
right in the trash.
It's an orca.
Vegetable.
Oh, I thought it was the killer whale. That'd be
Well,
a
that's
weird.
orca.
Would you eat it?
I'd eat an orca over some okra.
I don't know.
I hate okra.
No, what's pretty fucked up? I watched Free Willy, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, these are cool. He's such a great thing." This whale, they're fucking vicious. They're like
Oh, yeah.
killing all the great whites. It's Shark Week and shit, and fuck them. All right, you know what else we got to do? We got to spin the picker wheel. If you guys want to get in a question real quick, feel free to. We're gonna share the screen. We're gonna do the picker wheel. That was good. Thank you again, Cam, for joining us. We're gonna spin this. We're gonna talk about next week. Unless it's terrible, then we might spin it again. But what do we got? A Canadian senator.
Yeah, I was gonna say Canadian. Yeah.
I think
I
we
thought
did
we
this
already
already.
did
We did this
I
one.
think we did.
Yeah, we're gonna hide the choice. We're gonna spin this again. That's on me. I mean, sometimes we have a couple of Miller lattes and Logan's in the studio just breathing beer on you. You get a little extra. What do we got here? Weirdest
Ooh.
drunken moment.
That'll be fun.
Okay, that's
I got some good ones.
you know what, the spelling was pretty good on that. So whoever sent that in was not drunk. Asking our favorite drunken moment, but weirdest drunken moment we're going to talk about next week, along with the topics that are discussed are coming from all of us. So it's stuff that we want to. So shout out producer Zach for the worst porta potty story because he saw an uncomfortable woman just chiefing cigarettes in a porta potty. But yeah, we can't thank you guys enough. That's all we got. We'll be back next week for Triple T on Tuesday, 9 p.m., where we showcase just TikTok videos, and it's a great time. And then we'll be back next week, 149. I don't know the math on how many years it is, but I feel like we're getting close to 3 years, or maybe we already passed it. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. We got producer Zach. Check out all of our friends, of the podcast. We can't thank you enough. And you guys got anything else?
We'll see you next week.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, Willie Webb's coming in with a super sticker. Can't thank you enough.
Thanks,
shit.
Willie.
We didn't give the shout out to the YouTube members. No better time to do that. Shout out to our YouTube members: Nita, Autometal Queen, Zach Sweeney, Toby Summary, Bomber 521, Grimlock, Elo, La Rita, and Copper John's Beard, and Richie Tatum. So thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it. Everything you do goes back into the show because all that almost pays for StreamYard. That's all we got.
Is Willie on the ticker?
No, Willie sent a super sticker.
No, he's
No, but
subscribed.
Willie's
Oh,
a
shit.
member as well.
Willie, oh shit, I missed you. Willie Webbs.
Producer Zach's got your back, Willie. Remember that.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's got your Willie too.
Yeah. If producer Zach had your back, he would just simply put that in there. But let me do producer Zach's.
I don't touch the static ones. I only touch the 2 or 3 ones that you allow me to put dumb shit in, like this.
All right, fair enough. Either way, Willie, I apologize that I missed that. But either way, that's all we got.
Like this one.
Bomber is so smart and always right. You did say that. You did say that. All right. I'm gonna stop stalling. I'm gonna hit the outro. See you guys next week. Bye.